Guys, welcome back. Okay, so today what I want to do is make a bingo bag for my mom, the one that holds the dabbers and carries them back and forth to the bingo hall. So I did some measuring, I did some checking out to see what I wanted to do, and I have a couple dabbers here to see if it fits and all of that. So what I did first was I got a piece of fabric, this basic yellow square, and I folded it in half, and then I measured it by 19 inches by 20. So it's 20 long, wide and 19 long. So I did that, and I just cut it. And then the second thing I did was I cut a long strip. It's about 25 inches. And then what I did was I measured from the side here, and I measured in the 4 inches, and it's 4 inches high, so it'll be 4 by 4 squares when you're finally done. And then I just took some straight pins after I measured it, and I just did 4 inches, put a straight pin right here. 4 inches, did a straight pin, 4 inches, straight pin, and then the last one is just a little bit over 4 inches, but that's fine. So I did that, and you can see it's not attached to the bottom one, not at all yet. And then what I'm doing now is I'm measuring it 2 inches wide. So with this, it's a little easier with the check marks with the squares. So what I do is 1, 2, 3, which is 2 inches here, and then I will straight pin it where this straight pin is. You bring it in, and then you just pin it down. So you go in 3, which is the 2 inches, and I'll take this straight pin out, and then I will straight pin it straight to the bottom one, just like that. It's okay if it's not 100% straight, because when you go to sew it, you can just straighten it up. So it will be like that again, right? And then you do the same thing at the bottom. You do your 2 inches. And you straight pin the bottom. At the 2 inches mark, just like that. And then you have your little pocket, just like that, for your dabber. So I'm gonna do that all the way across. I'm gonna pin this one down, this pocket down, pin this pocket down, and then I'll start with this one and continue on. Now the thing is, you could do it all in one strip. This big yellow strip, you could have sewed this together and did it all one strip, but because I'm very new at, let me move that up just a little, because I'm new at sewing, I haven't done a lot of it, I didn't want to do too much fabric and get overwhelmed, so I'm doing it in pieces, which is fine. I'll just sew this one on to the back when I get there. So right now what I'm doing is I'm just putting the pockets on the back piece of the bag. So, and then when the dabbers are up, this is how it looks. So they're puffed up, and make sure your peaks are about the same, and then just keep going. So I'm going to do that, and then I will be back and show you how I've got it all pinned down. So again, the bottom piece is 20 by 19, and then I will probably make it shorter because I want to do a drawstring and everything, but just to be safe, and whatever I cut off, I could always use that long piece for a, you know, a strap or a handle or something. So I'm not really worried how long it is this way. I'm worried more about the width. And I want it to hold at least 10 dabbers. If it holds 12, perfect. It doesn't matter, but at least hold 10. So far with my measurements, that's what I have come up with. So I'm going to continue to do this, and then I will be back. Okay guys, so welcome back. Today I am making a bingo bag for my mom. So what I've done is I got some fabric and then I folded it in half because it's kind of thin, but I really like the pattern and the color. So I folded it in half and I measured it 19 inches high by 20 wide. And I'm pretty sure I don't want it that high. I'll probably cut it, and because I want to make a drawstring with it and everything. But once I cut it, I could use the extra fabric to do a strap for the bag or whatever. So that's what I'm going to do with the bag. The second thing I did was I got some fabric, and the squares to hold the dabbers have to be 4 inches wide by 4 inches high. So what I did was I got a piece of fabric. This is actually 2 pieces because I was a little overwhelmed. I didn't want such a long piece because it's actually 48 inches long that you need to make the pockets. So what I did was I measured it from the 4 inches up, and then I measured 4 inches wide, and then I put my straight pins. So that's what I've done so far. And then what I've done is on this side, what I did was over here at the beginning, I put the straight pins in, measured 2 inches over, which is actually 3 squares, and then I straight pinned it down. And you need to move the fabric over just a little bit. It will hang over it, and then you just straight pin it down. And then I measured 2 inches, which is 3 squares again. I put the straight pins in, you know, move your fabric over. And I did that quite a few times, if you see. So, and with that being done, I have dabbers right here to test it. You just put in your dabber. So there's one. I'm going to sew down once I've got it all straight pinned together. There's 2, and I have a 3rd one, so we'll just put the 3rd one in. And there's 3. So that's how they're gonna sit in the bag, just like that. 3 dabbers wide. I'm going to keep going. It should hold about 12 dabbers, this bag, and that's why I doubled it up, because I want it to be a little bit sturdier to hold this many dabbers. And you don't even have to fill every one with a dabber. You could do every second one, but at least, you know, she has options. So I'm doing that, and I'm just going to continue on and measure and straight pin it. And once I get that done, I'll come back, I'll show you that I'm going to take the pin out, and then I'm going to sew straight down and get the pockets in place so that they don't move. And then we'll move on from there. Okay guys, so what I've done is I've got it all straight pinned all the way across for the pockets. Easy, done. I checked the dabbers all the way across to make sure that they fit. They do. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig out my sewing machine, and then I'm going to straight stitch straight down where I put the straight pins. So that's the stage we're at. I'm just going to sew it straight down, and then we'll be back to do the next piece. Okay guys, so I sewed all the lines down, so now the pockets are on there, just like that, and they do fit the dabbers still because I checked. So you just got to put the dabber in and it works. Okay, so now I'm going to sew along the bottom so that the dabbers don't fall out, obviously, because if you put your dabber in, you could push it all the way out, and I don't want that to happen. So what I'm going to do is to close in the bottom, obviously, because it's a lot longer. I'm going to tuck in right at the bottom, and then I'm going to push down from the top, and I'm going to sew along there. So then it makes like a foldy pocket, just like that. So what I'm saying is, maybe you can see it from this angle better. So I'm going to push in the two sides, one side, two sides of the pocket, and then what I'm going to do is just push down the top part here, like that, and I'm going to sew it straight across. So, and I'm going to do that for each one. So I will tuck in the sides like that, and then I will push down, tuck in this side, and push down, and sew straight across. So it will have like a bend in each pocket, like that. And then it'll flare open when you put the dabber in. So that's what I'm going to do now. So again, I'm just going to do each pocket. I'm going to push in the sides and then push down the top and just sew across. Simple, easy, just like that. So that's the part I'm at now. Okay guys, so I did the bottom, and if you look here, you will see how I folded it in, and then I sewed across here. Now it's not perfect, it's, you know, off a little bit, but once it's done you'll never notice. And two, I've only had my sewing machine for like 2 months, and I think this is my second time taking it out, and there is no pattern, so I'm just kind of winging it. But I mean, it seems to be working out just fine. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew this. I'm going to put it in half. I'll do it inside out so that, you know, you won't see the seam. But now what I'm going to do is sew up the side of the bag right here. So what I'll do is it'll actually be this direction. I'll hide the pockets in there. And then I'm just going to sew up the side here all the way up. I'm going to decide how long I want the bag, so maybe I might cut some off. For sure it might be too long, so I think I might just cut it to about here, and that'll give me my 2 inches for, it'll give her a handspan of height, about 1 inch or 2 inches for the drawstring, for me to flip it and make a drawstring through there. So I'm pretty sure that's the spot I'm at. I'm going to sew this up, and then I'm going to make a circle, and I'm going to sew on a bottom like that. So let's do this part now. I'm going to sew up the sides just like this, and I am going to cut it because it is quite long now that I have it together. So I'm going to, let's see, it's 19 now, so I'm going to make it about, let's see, sorry, yeah, so we're going to make it about 10 high, but then I'm also going to leave 2 inches so that I could do the drawstring. So I'm going to actually leave it at 12, And then I will cut this much off. And then this, what I cut off at the top, I'll use for a strap. Yeah, I'll use for a strap. So that's the part I'm at now. I'm going to sew up the side. I'm going to sew up the side. And I'm going to make a circle. So I'm going to do that, and I'll be back in a minute. Okay guys, welcome back. So what I've done so far is I sewed up the side, and I did the seam there, and then I flipped it over and I just put a seam along the top so I could do a drawstring. I'm just going to poke a hole and then feed in the drawstring. So that's what I did. So now I'm going to flip it inside out just to show you what it looks like. So this is what it looks like now. That's the back, and here's the front. Got a little fluff there. So far that's what the bingo bag looks like. I'm going to put the drawstring right here so she can draw it closed. Now what I was thinking is I was going to do a fabric bottom, but the problem is that I want it to be sturdy to hold the bingo dabbers, and with fabric it will have too much movement. So what I decided to do is I have some plastic canvas that I used to do lots of plastic canvas back in the day. So I had circles, and I decided to cut one of my bigger circles down because this is a 6-inch circle. It was a bit too small, so I had a bigger circle, and I just cut it down to the size I want. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hand sew the plastic in the bottom of the bag so that it can stay sturdy. Plus, if she sets it down on water or something, or maybe someone from a, you know, previously had bingo dabber on the table, or pop or water, whatever, she could just wipe it off. It'll be easy for her to keep clean. So I'm just gonna put a plastic bottom in, and then I'm gonna make a handle and pull the drawstring. So it will sit like this, and there's the sides, and like I said, the bingo dabbers definitely fit. So you just open it up and stick your bingo dabbers in, and it will hang off the side like this. There, and another one on this side, and then see, just like that, and then she can just carry it in and out. So the bingo dabbers fit. It's looking really cute. I'm gonna make the handle, I'm gonna make the bottom, and I think I'm gonna decorate it. So I'll do a project share once I'm done and show you the finished product. So we're almost there. Okay guys, so what I've done is I put some trim around the top of the bag like that. I have a drawstring, and you just pull it like this, and it closes the bag. So the bag will close, and then you just slide it open. I tacked it with thread first to the sides, and then I glued it down. So the bottom is on there really secure. It's not going anywhere. It's threaded and glued. So that's the bottom. So that's what the bag looks like now. So now I'm just going to make the handle. So the handle, I don't want it to be too long. She only needs it to carry to the car. So what I'm going to do is, this is inside out. This is the pattern on the inside. I just flipped it inside out. I'm just going to sew an edging along here. and then an edging along the long part here, just like that. And then I'm gonna flip it back the right way, and then I'm gonna attach it to each side of the bag. Just probably hand attach it, just a quick stitch, and that'll be the handle. And then when I'm done, I'll come back and I'll show you the complete project. Okay guys, so that is the handle. I got it done. I just tacked it on, so it's tacked on there. So that's what the handle looks like. So there's the bag, just like that. And I'll flip it to the side so you can see how it looks with the handle. And there's the bottom done. So that's the bingo bag I made for my mom. And tomorrow is Thanksgiving, and she's having a hard time since my dad passed away. So I wanted to do something special for her and let her know that she's loved, and that I cherish her, and that I want her to be happy, even if it's just for a few minutes, and she smiles when she gets the bag. And she can take it to bingo and show all her friends and be proud of it. And it will carry her dabbers and a couple bottles of pop and some tape. So thanks for watching. I think it turned out really, really cute. It's adorable. There's the top again, and this is the drawstring like I said. There's the handle, and then where the dabbers go, and like I said, the dabbers just slide down in, right? So I'm really happy with the way it turned out. I've never made one before, so you know, it's cute, and I think she'll love it. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye everyone.